Welcome everybody to the very first episode of FlipThisCrypto. We had started another podcast a while back, Shipcoin Solutions, and we decided to take the program in a different direction and try to incorporate a lot more of the passive income that we're both involved in right now, and try to just elevate things to the next level. And so anybody that's watching this, we thank you very much for being a part of this first episode. And I am your host alongside, my name is Rick, alongside, as always, my buddy, good partner in crypto, Lee. And
RPO Crypto on Twitter and TikTok.
Yep. And I'm still Shipcoin Solutions, I believe, on there.
That's all right. You can change it on Twitter and stuff. You can change it. So
yeah.
I was gonna say, or you can keep it and we can do an actual business one for the new show. But we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may keep that one and do another one for this.
Yeah.
So on our first ever episode, we're going to talk about Thor nodes and what kind of led us to Thor Financial, and what we think about it as a project, and what they're doing right, what we see in the development team and stuff. And I'm going to let Lee talk a little bit about what got us here, because he done a lot of the initial research on these nodes. And
yeah. Honestly, I was following a lot of YouTubers and content creators and other places and Discords, and I stumbled upon Ring. I think Ring was through Tactical Investing or one of the other ones. A lot of people I like that I follow, and obviously, I aped in pretty heavy. I listened to some AMAs. I felt like I did my own research and felt pretty good about it. And after that tanked, obviously I was gun shy. I was watching several nodes at that point. Soldier nodes, that one crashed. Rig Finance crashed. So I was wanting to find one. I do about Strong Block. Strong Block's kind of the OG for all of these node whatever protocols or contracts and stuff, and Thor, actually Louvre, drop back and talk about Louvre Finance.
Yes,
was one that I saw some people pumping that they cut the rewards. It caught my eye. No, actually Soldier Nodes did it first. Soldier Nodes reduced their rewards like 50% one day, and of course everybody freaked out, like, oh no. Of course they were only like 5 or 7 days old and they were still figuring it out. A lot of people, new investors, don't have the patience or understanding for what's going on these new projects. I figured that out really quick. So they reduced their rewards, and because guys were doing videos on it and people were freaking out. Well, then Louvre reduced their rewards by like 90%. And as much as that freaked other people out, it actually gave me some confidence. Like, I was like, oh, they realize they can't pay out what they think they can, so they're reducing it to get some longevity out of it. And then it wasn't a day or two later, Thor did a massive reduction in their reward system. And so, but honestly, as much as that's unappealing to a lot of people, after I don't know if you call it rugged or what, I don't know what Ring did. I don't know what you call that, but
that's called
abandonment.
Tap out.
Yeah,
they abandoned. They gave up.
There was some crooked. But there was some accused crookedness in there too.
Yes.
So it was some shady business. We'll just say it was some shady business, and I lost about $2,500. After that,
every once in a while, you'll see on their Discord the moderators and stuff come out there and say, "Hey, they're not talking to us either. Just so you guys know, when they booked out, they didn't shut down the Discord. They just basically ghosted everybody."
Well, tactical investing did a lot of homework, and they were trying to find out who they were personally. Where I mean, there was some actual going to turn them into like Interpol and whatever they could for some serious crimes. So there was some hardcore stuff going on there. But anyways, so after that happened, I was looking for the safer play. I just got torched for roughly $2,500 from Ring, and so seeing someone make other people grumble by cutting their rewards made it sound safer for me, because it's like, oh, we learned from what they did wrong, to a certain extent, or we've learned in this amount of time. I mean, it's just like Galaxy Goggle on the Dow. They realized they tried to do something they couldn't do. It wasn't sustainable, and even though it was unpopular, they cut back. Lou did, and like I said, it was a day later that Thor. I mean, who doesn't like thinking of something with Thor? That was already pretty cool. That's just like Soldier Nodes. Soldier was a game, and you were building an army, so it was pretty cool. Yeah. Whatever you want to call it, just play on words and design. So Thor's intriguing in itself, and I wanted it to be a cool project, but I was skittish. But then I got in Louvre, and then a day or two later, Thor pretty much followed suit, and I think they cut their rewards, and I think they raised their price for their nodes within a couple days of each other.
Yep.
So
they raised them like 20%, I believe. 20%.
Yeah. Because I got some right before they did that. Because Ring had done that too before they started crashing. Ring had raised their price, and so of course that made a lot of people uncomfortable with Thor, and obviously I think that reflected, because right after I got in, I forget what I got in. The initial price was, I want to stay in the 20s and 30s when I first got in on a couple nodes, and then it dropped down to like 1550. Slowly dropped down. I think that it was found support and belief that they weren't going to rug to some extent.
Yeah, I think that was the most difficult thing, is for them to keep a footing and find their common ground and have people actually believe in the project. And and they were in their Discord anyways. They were screaming to the rooftops that we forked off of Ring because what we were seeing them do, we were not okay with it, and it's the reason we started this project. And I'll give them a lot of credit, to say the honesty that you can hear in them. I really like the way that they are in their Discord. Just pretty much wide open when it comes.
Yeah, Loki. Well, Loki. That was I'd actually heard about some cross. I don't know if it was content or just Loki being on the AMA for Ring. Loki, I don't know if he's like if he's like lead developer, if he's just lead on the Discord. I don't really know 100% his role in Thor, but
don't really know either.
When tactical investing was on the AMA for Ring, I think Loki was on it too, and Loki may have just been an investor / customer at that point.
He was like a moderator in the Discord or something.
But on the Thor, I don't know what his role is in Thor. I don't know if he's something, but I remember everybody talking about things that Loki addressed in the Ring AMA, and how he was handling things. And so I don't know what his role was. I don't know if at first they were, I don't want to say partnered, but if they were collaborating or this or that, or bouncing ideas. But Loki had something, because that's the first time I heard his name was in a Ring AMA. And I'm pretty sure that was when Tactical Investing was on their AMA asking questions. And like I said, man, he grilled them, and he didn't have easy questions that were scripted or anything like that. It was very specific. And the guy, Darius or whatever, I felt like he answered them pretty good, and it was still shady. So even doing your own research doesn't always work out. But Thor, I'm looking at market cap, looks like they launched December 8th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there. So, I mean, they're just over a month old. Of course, like a lot of DAOs and a lot of these stuff, it's like they launched at 200, peaked at, I don't know, something in the fours, 482, it looks like. Coin market cap. No, this is Thor.
Oh, Thor.
Yeah, Thor. So Thor is just a little over a month old. Yeah. And they've been on right after they decreased those rewards, right at the first of the year, just after Christmas, somewhere they slowly did the whole, down dip until until they made it long enough that people were like, okay, they decreased the rewards to sustain. They're not rugging us and taking our money slowly, and people got confidence. And now I haven't been in the Discord checking out what's driving, but I know they got a lot of visions for things to be doing and things of that nature. And there must be some confidence because, like I said, I missed out on buying my Odin node at 15, 16 bucks, and now it's well over 100. So there's it's not FOMO that's driving the price at that rate. It's 7x in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So that's not FOMO. that's driving that across 4 or 5 days.
That is belief in the project.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, anyways, it's belief in the project, and the word is getting out that they're not the same developers as Ring and stuff like that, and people are willing to take a chance. It's a roll of the dice when it comes to crypto, anyways.
Sure.
I don't know. They seem to have a pretty good handle on things. I like some of the decisions they're making, and with them, they're holding votes and stuff. So
right.
I like.
I spent a day more or less searching passive income, and that's how I came across a lot of them. I was on YouTube just looking through passive income, from nodes to just anything of anything, and kind of seeing what was hot and popular. Of course, anything that's hot and popular generally is going to be risky. Very rarely are you going to find something that's hot and popular that's safe.
The one thing that we have learned to be true in crypto is if it looks like it's too good to be true, it's because it is.
9 times out of 10 for sure.
So,
Safe Moon was probably one that is one of the few that I can think of that we gambled on, and it took us a better part of 2 weeks before we calmed down on that one.
Yeah.
Wondering if it was going to rug, but there was a lot of FUD, and I didn't really understand how powerful FUD was.
Yes.
But looking back on that, dude, people were just dogging Safe Moon, and it had me scared every day. Man, do we pull the money? Do we leave it? Do we pull it? Do we leave it? Do we pull it?
Make some money on it. So
And so with these DAOs and these nodes now, they're all forking and they're all new. It's tough to jump into something and be confident. It's just like that.
When the early money, the early investing is where you make the most money. Obviously, right. When you see something like Thor right now, that's what's it, $100 something, whatever it is.
Yeah, 102, right around 102 or something.
Yeah, and it was 1550 3
right.
days ago.
Right.
And now we're kind of kicking ourselves in the ass for not pulling the trigger and getting that Odin node. But
absolutely,
it's what it is. Got enough of the other nodes to where we can make an Odin node at some point.
Yeah, I still have 4 nodes. I can't as much as I'm kicking myself. This is the first thing I've got in I got in lower than the current price by a fair amount, and I have the opportunity probably inside of 2 weeks. I don't know the actual, I can't remember exactly. Oh, no, it's got the date here when I first got it. So on January 3rd, I got my very first one. I guess it does have the dates that you establish them.
Okay, so it does. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, on the side on my nodes. So now, last one, I got the second one that I cashed out some, and I got another Heimdall, which is the lowest one. And I'd say, it's going to be right at less than 2 weeks from my last one. I'll be able to pull out, if it stays remotely where it's at, if it stays above 60 or 70 bucks, I can cash out my rewards, have some profit, get my initial investment back, and still be getting a half a Thor a day, which right now, that's 50 bucks, 51 bucks a day. That's stout.
Yeah.
From what cost me somewhere around $3 or $3.50 to make 50 bucks a day. Who can say they're doing that? Like that's like I said, I'm kicking my butt because I could have the other 2 point whatever that the Odin note is. Yeah, the 2.73. So I could be making, almost $300 a day, over $300 a day. But at the same time, I was going to have to put in another 12. I think it was at the time around 1,400. But to put in 300 and make 50, that's not a loss. As much as I'm kicking myself for not going a little further, I was still too gun shy for Marine and Brig and Soldier and all the other stuff. I couldn't take the gamble.
There is a tax on this, correct?
10%, I believe. Yeah, if you claim your rewards, there's a 10% tax.
And if you're listening to this, don't know what we mean by tax, that means that when you sell, they take 10% of the tokens and they redistributed those back into the program. They've got it somewhere in their white paper on like how they redistribute, but I'm not sure how that's set up on.
Yeah, where it goes and what it does and this and that.
I just don't know the specifics on that.
But of all the projects I've thrown money at, to know that definitely in about 4 to 6 days, if it, like I said, moderately holds the price, I'll be able to break even and probably take some profit. If I let it run to the end of the month, in 3 weeks, I'll probably have darn near tripled my money. And I don't get wins like that very often. So I'm going to be responsible and pull my initial investment, at least, and probably a little profit, and seed something else that I'm interested in. I don't know what, but so yeah, as of right now, everybody do your own research, but Thor looks like it has the possibility for longevity. Looks like it has good leadership. The Discord in the community, I've learned that's not a telltale sign for sure that something's going to be great.
Yep.
Because like I said, Ring was well represented. They were active. They were responsive up until they weren't. Up until
but they dipped out.
Up until the community said, "Hey, this is what we think you should do," and they gave 3 other options, and none of them were what the community wanted.
Yeah,
that was when it started going downhill. That was probably about 3 days before they tapped out, and that's when they decided to do the AVAX, the ring on AVAX or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was another money grab.
Instead of saying, "Hey, we need to do this and focus here," something about adding a second and a third token and wrapping them and cross bridging was going to help the original. And everybody was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," And so I think you need to stick to show some long-term longevity with your original project before you start branching off and trying to bridge and wrap and do all the other crazy stuff. And so far, Thor, knock on wood, looks like they have a good path, and they got some steam from $15 3 or 4 days ago to sitting at 104 right now. So they're doing something right. Don't know what it is, but they're doing it.
I do have this one last thing to say before we get off of here. When you look at a project like this and people are buying in, and at some point they're gonna, if they're smart, like you say, you're gonna be smart and start pulling some money out here soon to recover your initial investment, and then just kind of like let it run. And it's at that point it's passive income. It's paid for itself. At some point, other people are going to start doing that, and when they can pull out enough to cover their initial investment, this price is going to go down.
Sure,
it's going to drive the price down. So, what numbers
all these projects have to sustain that.
Every project has to sustain that sell pressure.
Right,
and you are under a tremendous amount of pressure to sell when you are 4, 5, 6, 10x your initial investment in anything. And
sure.
So when people get to that point, it's going to drive the price down, and the community is the thing that's going to save the project and keep the price going back up. And so if you're involved in this project or getting involved in this project and you see, the price starting to go back down, don't give in to the FUD. Don't give in to the sell pressure and just keep selling and selling and selling and selling and selling and driving the price down further and further and further. Because, people that are wanting to get back in or to get in heavier or whatever, they're going to wait until the price gets to the bottom before they reinvest. And if they just see nothing but red in the chart, they're going to keep waiting. What's the point in buying it, if they know it's going to continue going lower? So,
sure.
Be reasonable, be a smart investor, and don't give in to the FUD that we've seen happen on so many projects that are capable of doing something great. And so don't be that driving factor, because you are the determining factor of the price of the coins that you hold. No one else is. If you see value in them at $1,000 and you want to wait until it's $1,000 before you sell, then that's the value that you see in it. If you see it at $2 and you sell it at $2, then you are the only person you can blame for that. No one else.
Right. We have somebody who looks like Lily Tough actually in here briefly. Oh, we got a couple. Santa Claus Gift, Ditex, and Lily Tough. I don't know what you tuned in. Say hey before we wrap it up.
Hey!
We appreciate you checking out our first Twitch live stream from FlipThisCrypto. Hopefully we'll get better at these and be able to learn everybody a thing or two, or at least share our experiences and do's and don'ts. And FlipThisCrypto is a representation of our construction backgrounds and the fact that Rick currently flips houses. It was just a nice play on words for us to. I was like, you know what? Rick flips houses. Let's flip this crypto, and I think that's everybody's goal, is to flip the crypto into a few extra bucks, whether it's passive income or otherwise. So I thought that was a pretty cool and a little more, I don't know, grown up than Shitcoin Solutions. Shitcoin Solutions was funny. It still makes me laugh. Like
I'm gonna keep it, man. I mean,
it still makes me laugh.
And we may do some stuff every once in a while with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll do something with
it. It was our roots. It was the start of an idea. It was the start of hopefully what becomes an empire empire of passive income and passion and fun projects that we get into.
Right. And with that, I guess we'll end this similar to the way that we ended the last one. Everybody flip off.
That's right. Used to be stay shitty, now it's flip off.
Now it's flip off.
Yeah. Or we might want to change that to flip up.
Flip up?
Yeah, because you're trying to flip your money up. That's how I feel like. That or you're flipping a coin. You're always flipping on things, flipping it up. So
flipping it up.
Yeah, flip them up, folks.
Flip them up.